So we're back again. Sister Wives, season 4, episode 14, I believe. Yeah. And you know what the crazy thing is? This was another episode where there wasn't really much to give. I actually watched this episode about 3 or 4 times just to see if there's any content around it, to be honest with you. Like, that's how deep it was. It was 3 times. Nonetheless, though, I came across one point that I'm going to show you guys in a second. And it's crazy because this point here exposes even more how KODY was lazy to learn his wives, to learn their needs, to learn with their preferences, and to learn what would make them somewhat uncomfortable. And in this episode, the wives have gone off to do some shopping, to try on some dresses and to try and experiment on, you know, wearing clothes that show a little bit more skin, while KODY's been left at home with all the kids. So he's pretty much had to look after all the kids. And in this scene here, they are having a meal and they ring KODY. KODY speaks to each of their wife, and then it's the way he ends the call with them all, because he speaks to them all individually, and then he then says one thing to all of them all at once. And this is pretty much the reaction that, you know, the wives had.
Well, I love you guys, or I love you, and we're all like...
Sometimes when he does that, this is this new thing he's been doing.
Bro says he's got a new thing where he says to all the wives, I love you guys, right? And here's the thing, to be honest with you, when you first think of it, like, that's not too bad. He's just being nice to all of you, come on. But then, you know, they do pretty much explain why it's a bit,
It's like, the first time I got one, I'm like, okay, that was weird. How do I respond? Or do I just nod?
Which is a fair point, because I can understand the wives being like, so are we all supposed to say we love you back at the same time? It was a bit weird, and it would feel weird because I remember that the wives did all say that they all want to have a certain treatment from KODY. They want KODY to treat them all in their own special way, you know? And for him to put them in this position where he says, I love all of you, and then expects them all to say it, it does remove that individual connection that each wife has with him, because therefore it then makes the wives feel as if they're now sharing that connection with him, even though they are. We know that when it comes to the Browns, it's not even though they know they share one husband, they still see themselves as sharing a different type of love with him, having an individual love with him. So I do see how it can tickle them a little bit and be like, what?
And that's why I actually answered him back one time. I'm like, we love you too! I know. Texted it back because I'm like, this is...
I mean, obviously, Janelle's face says it all, to be honest with you. The rest of these three, they're just trying to banter it off, but clearly it's something that's effective. So it's just interesting because obviously the more and more we go back in time and we see these things, we start to see all the cracks, maybe obviously these are cracks that I never knew about anyway, because obviously I'm seeing all this for the first time. Obviously, for some of yours, I might be exposing things that you didn't realize, but we see more and more all the cracks of how KODY's, or I don't want to call it leadership, because then it feels like he's leading the team, you know what I mean? But that's the only word I can think of, but it just shows that his leadership or whatever, his husband skills, whatever, they lack so much in just allowing each wife to feel special in their own way. And I think even if the wives were more a unity anyway, and they were more than happy to communicate, I know they're more than happy to really share that love to each other or whatever, it still matters that he knows that each of his wives are not the same. It still matters that he knows that they know that he loves them all differently, and the love that they all share is different, not the same. It's crazy because these little things here do go a long way, and I think little things are the things that can be the most damaging in the long run. And obviously these little things, as well as the big things, have definitely been damaging in the long run for KODY Brown. But anyway, you guys let me know what you're thinking right there down below, even if you do what I'm saying, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. We are done, we're out, and of course, peace.